Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Let's Play Trine 3, The Artifacts of Power, and thank you for watching. Trine 3 is a puzzle platformer, guys, true and true, and let's be honest here, those types of games are abundant. You can get them a dime a dozen. However, the Trine series, guys, is a classic. Easily one of the top 10 best indie game series out there, at least in my book, guys. Not many games out there can capture the joy and fun that is Trine, guys. These games just keep getting better and better, and the best part is this sequel does it again, which is why we are previewing it today, guys. Trine 3 released on Steam Early Access April 2015, which of course means that the game is still in active development, so everything you see is subject to change and not a final representation of the game. So just relax, enjoy the preview, guys. There might be bugs and wonky crap that could happen, but I've already played through most of the content, at least the single player missions, and I haven't ran into really many bugs at all. It was developed and published by Frozenbytes. You can go ahead and buy into the Trine 3 Early Access on Steam for $19.99 USD, guys. There's also several other packages available with, you know, the trilogy, and you can buy a 3-pack for your friends. All sorts of stuff out there if you have the cash for that. Now, before we get started talking about features and all that good kind of stuff, guys, if you want, you can hit the big red button on the top left there. It says skip to the action, and that'll cut through all this stuff. But otherwise, we're going to start off with the options and things that I want to say. So let's just get this right out of the way, guys. Does Trine 3 improve this series? Yes. It brings this whole new 2.5D element to it. What's that, you ask? Well, that's like a term I developed from playing the Red Hood Diaries. The Red Hood Diaries, basically, kind of like the environment usually in Trine 2 was just 2D. You were going from left to right, but now you're going behind things, you're going through things, you're going up, you're going down, you're going sideways. There's lots of different directions, but it still maintains that kind of 2D-esque vibe to it all. It just does it in a whole new way, and it adds a lot more neat elements to it. I really love what they're doing here with Trine 3, guys. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start off with the settings, of course. Now, before we check this all out, guys, there is an options menu. If you've played Trine, you know what I'm talking about. That kind of pops up when you hit the play button. That gives you all your graphical and resolution control. And I'm happy to say it gives you anti-aliasing, post-processing, graphics manipulation. It goes up to 1080p resolution. All sorts of different kinds of options are available to you there, including mod support, which I didn't know was going to be happening with this particular game, guys. At least there's a button for modding there. That might change in the future. Maybe they'll take it out. I'm not really sure, but it's there as of right now when I checked it during this video, guys. The in-game options are pretty not as... I mean, they're nice. They're just not, you know, they're not necessarily too much graphics manipulation going on here. Brightness, UI visibility, tooltips, enable FPS cap, stereoscopic 3D settings, all that good kind of stuff. Languages, subtitles on. Let's turn subtitles on for sure. Oh, there we go. Thank you. English, we got Dutch, French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese. I'm not even sure what these other languages are. Holy crap. Only English and audio right now. Maybe that'll change in the future as well. You got your usual audio sliders. Headphone mode on or off. I'd have that on, obviously, for obvious reasons. You do have some controller support here. I have actually full controller support. My Logitech controller worked right away as soon as I started playing this game here, but it's going to require me to click this with my mouse, which I understand why. But yeah, you have full controller support here. You have also rebindable keys from your keyboard to your controller. Whatever have you, it will work with that, with whatever setup you want. So I really like that, by the way. I love it when they have controller support and then they have rebindable keys for controller. I love that. Thank you, Frozenbytes, so much. It's so awesome. It's so great. And of course, you have your keyboard and mouse, which is as much of a viable way to play the game as much as it is to play with the controller. But I've been playing with my controller so far, and I've been enjoying it a lot. Mouse sensitivity, gamepad sensitivity, controller vibrate, multiple keyboards, mice, input, lag reduction. Okay, let's turn that on. Let's turn that on. Why not? Networks and save slots. And basically, of course, the game does feature multiplayer, which is always one of the awesome things about Trine, is that you can play co-op online multiplayer. It's really sweet. But for the most part, we're going to be showing off the single-player campaign. They've introduced these things called challenge boards, basically, where they've basically put the most insane puzzles that they could come up with in these particular modes. I'm not sure if they're going to just stay called Challenge 1 and Challenge 2. I imagine the names will probably change as you go, as the development continues. And this one is an amusement park. We're going to definitely check that out, but we're going to start with the Academy outskirts because I want to show you that stuff first.
That our three heroes would be whisked away at a moment's notice. For with great power came also great responsibility.
Uncle Ben?
The artifact of soul had arcane powers of resurrection, making our three heroes immortal and capable of great deeds and adventures.
And screwing around.
Sometimes,
jumping into spikes and shit.
Whether the heroes wanted these adventures or not.
Let's do this. All right.
It's a bit tiresome to put all your life on hold because of a magical candle stand with a flair for abducting bystanders for adventures.
Alright, so anybody who's familiar with the Trine series is going to recognize a very familiar looking UI. You can basically switch between your three heroes. All of them have, of course, their own strengths and their own weaknesses. The wizard basically creates blocks and use that to kind of telekinetically control things. You don't have to draw blocks anymore. Now he just kind of instantly creates it. I'm not sure if this is going to stay that way. To be honest with you, I feel like the wizard's powers are currently a little bit limited compared to what they were in Trine 2. I think that's something because they're probably still developing a little bit more, but the other characters are pretty well developed. You got her. She has her bow and arrow. She basically has her grappling hook, of course. You have my friend right here who basically has a sword and shield, can block enemies. Raise the shield up into the air. And what the cool part about it is now you have to block attacks from all angles. You have that, like I said, that 2.5D element to things going on here. He also has like a butt stomp, and he can kind of power attack things as well. Her, Zola, I think her name is Zola, and him basically do probably feel like the most developed characters so far. I think there just needs to be a little bit more developed on the wizard, but again, necessarily access, I'm not going to hold it against them. So this is just one of the many situations you'll encounter in the game right here. Of course, we can take things like put this block here and use that if we wanted to. Of course, the physics engine is fantastic in Trine, guys. It always is, always will be. This game never ceases to amaze me. Now, you can see right there, I'm just kind of swinging around. I love this character. Her abilities are so freaking fun to use. She's one of my favorite characters from Trine, even though I kind of suck with her sometimes. But yeah, I mean, anybody who's familiar with Trine is going to recognize this. They've seen these types of things before. And there is some things I will say that are not, haven't made it into this current version of the game. Like, for instance, there's no hammer, no different kinds of arrows. But again, I think that's all stuff that is going to be eventually coming to the game. It's just a matter of time when we get there. So you can see like that, for instance. This is what I really like about this. This is what I really like about the new Trine. You can see the camera just dynamically shifts there, and we have access to this whole new other area that we didn't know was there. And we can kind of swing around. Originally, there was like a little Trine glowies. I'm gonna fall to my death. All right, let's see. Is there anything else over here? I don't think there is, though. All right, let's get out of here. All right. But yeah, I really like the way that they've played with the environment now. They've really enhanced the game in a done a really good job with it. So of course, this is the kind of like a save point. If we were to drop to our deaths, like say, and then switch to somebody else, we could instantly revive her basically by going back to this little particular point. Now we of course have to get past this particular scene right here. There's a couple ways we can do that. We can grab this thing, for instance. There we go. Stick it into the spikes, and then she can just swing across it. We don't necessarily have to do that. She can also, by the way, now, one of the things I really think is neat, she can actually tie objects together. So as you can see now that I've tied these two objects together, I think I have anyways. Let's see. Did I tie them together? Get up there! Okay. I think I tied them together. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. There we go. Okay, and then... Yeah, I did. You can see that I've tied them together now with using her little rope powers. She can tie objects together now, which really is really neat. Adds a lot of interesting mechanics that you can use. I love how I can just kind of just use these boxes. Oh god! I'm a douche. Alright, but anyways, yeah, she can tie boxes together now. It's really friggin' sweet. So let's just go ahead and swing across this canyon. Now, there was things back there that I had to get, by the way. I had to swing myself over here and kind of make an angled shot. And I will say that sometimes the angles of the camera aren't always your friend. Sometimes they can kind of really screw you over. But I've really never really had too much trouble with it. They've always been kind of smartly placing where these things are. And it's always been very worked out for me. Let's lower that bridge there. Oh, okay, we're going to lower the bridge. Here we go. Hey, wizard. No. There we go. Perfect. Fantastic. Why did I lower that bridge even though I didn't have to? Because I just wanted to. Of course, Trine games are all gorgeous looking. They've always have been. They've captured that fantasy aspect, top-notch graphics, guys. Always do a really good job of making the game look gorgeous. Look at that water elements, everything. I've turned down the graphics just a little teeny bit just for the purposes of making sure that we had good frame rates for this video. But this isn't even the top. This isn't even ultra. This doesn't have all the anti-aliasing that it could have right now. It could look even better than this, which is saying something. So right now we're going to have to use her ability to kind of tie things together. And I had a tough time with this particular puzzle, actually. Because it's just a really hard puzzle, first off and foremost. Okay, we're going to grab this. And what we basically need to do... No, don't be stupid. Alright, pull it in, pull it in. Pull it in. There we go. Come on. There we go. No! 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 Okay. I think it'll be good there. Nope, totally. Alright, I remember how I did this now. I remember how I did this. Alright, so you can see we've tied those to the box there. We need to, of course, this is tied to some door. It won't open unless we have these being pulled out at maximum range. Well, all we gotta do is just, well, not do that. I should probably get a little bit closer to the box. Here we go. Alright, just stay there. Ta-ha! I'm not exactly sure if that's how you're supposed to do that, but that's how I did it anyways. Of course, there is some environmental destruction here that you can do now, which is also really friggin' sweet. Let's see if I can get that, show you that, actually. No! Wizard, could you get that back for me? Thank you, Wizard. Alright. No, no, don't be a doucheball. A doucheball. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Destructible environments, of course. I really like what they've done with the game. It's done a really good job. You can, of course, collect little trines of power. I've gone through most of this mission and collected a lot of them. Even though I've missed a couple, there's about 150 per board. Apparently, I have missed some, which I kind of find shocking, to be honest with you. I don't know where the hell they are, but that's the fun of trying, is necessarily finding these things. Now, originally, they used to be tied to kind of like an experience system that would give you new abilities and things like that. I'm not really sure what currently use they serve. But right now, they don't necessarily do anything other than they're kind of like a score. That might change in the future. It may not, though. Originally, there was little Trine power-ups above that box there. That was difficult to get. Oh, God. Okay. Almost died. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Oh, hello. I did not see those little ow! Little tricky buggers. Alright, so there they go. That gives an example of there's stuff always hidden in these games. And that's one thing I really, of course, love about Trine, guys. Is they do a really good job of hiding things, of making each board really replayable and just really enjoyable. I've had so much fun playing this game. Oh god, I died. I'm an idiot. Okay, could you please get out of the spikes? I want to make sure I got everything over here. I feel like I might not have explored this to the best ability of I could. This is just gonna be death, I think. That's just death. I don't know. I guess there's nothing over here. That's okay. Let's go over this way. Now, of course, one thing that's really cool about Trine, guys, is it has always featured kind of like boss battles, which we're going to show you right here. And this has not changed one bit. They just... So, of course, the bosses have, like, there's some battles in this game, of course. There's things that will come to attack you. But bosses in general usually have a weakness that you have to kind of expose. I forgot to mention that this game also has, every character has different control schemes. Of course, if you're familiar with Trine, like she has to use the right thumbstick to shoot her bow, he just has to hit a button to swing his sword, and he has to use a combination of buttons to actually do his stuff, both thumbsticks actually, for the height and where you want to actually put the cube. Each of them plays a little bit differently is what I was trying to basically say there. Alright, so let's take out this giant. Let's pretend that I'm actually know what I'm doing here. There we go. There we go. We took off his friggin' arm. Oh, he's angry. Oh, I got him. I did not expect to get him. Oh, he's throwing stuff at us. Oh, I got him again. What do you got, giant? What do you got? Oh, he's got a lot. He's pretty pissed off. Oh, we got him. Totally got him.
Strange.
God, he just looks so cool, by the way. The way he's just a composite monster.
And fading into the wind.
Smokes of vile sorceries! Look here. This villain, it's made of junk.
Creepy.
Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
How's this for an idea? If we all give Trine back its powers, we could go back to living our lives as free and normal people.
Freedom. It does sound tempting.
The heroes had gained their strange powers in the first place by touching the artifact, and so they reached out to it again.
I don't think it's working. Imagine giving away your powers.
How about I imagine sticking an arrow through this busy...
No!
Uh-oh. Ozzy Osbourne!
This turned out worse than I could have imagined.
It's headed for the academy.
All right,
Of course, there's
it's
some
a bit
sound files
worse.
missing, by the
I
way.
guess that means...
We're going to follow it.
I think there's music missing in this particular scene here. The game is, of course, not finished. There's still things that they're going to be adding to it. Sound files to be added and things like that, guys. It's not 100% complete, but you get the basic idea of where the story's heading right now. Now, this is where it's going to show off the combat a little bit right here. There's always combat in Trine. I want to... Yes! I'm going to use this big rock. Oh, I can just skip him if I wanted, but I'm not going to do that. Come here. Take my mighty sword to thy face! I should also mention that Trine 3, of course, does feature Steam achievements and Steam cards already here in early access, which is really freaking sweet. And you could battle with different characters, by the way. Like, if you could use the wizard if you wanted to. He actually has this one ability I forgot to mention. He can actually smash objects now. Like that. You don't have to push them down on enemies and kill them. Now you can just hit a button and it automatically smashes objects. Like, here we go. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Check it out. Bam! Looks really friggin' sweet. Works out really cool. So it does add some combat abilities to him if you happen to have 3 players, obviously, for instance, playing the game. Let's climb up. Is there anything over here? I doubt it. I feel like there should be stuff to break. But I didn't see any here. What is that noise? What is that friggin' noise, man? I feel like Jackie Chan bouncing off the wall here. I don't know why it's making that noise. It's driving me nuts. Alright, let's move along. Let's go over here. But yeah, you get the basic idea. The game is really well designed, guys. It's really fun. The controls are take a little bit of getting used to, but once you get used to them, it becomes really easy to play, and using all the characters in different combinations, different things, it just becomes a really enjoyable experience, of course. You know, just figuring out how to get to certain puzzles, certain things, like using this to get up here, for instance, and things like that. It just becomes a really enjoyable game. That's what I've always loved about Trine. It's a game about cooperation. It's always been a fun game. It's always been a dope game. And it captures that very well here. I'm going to fall to my death. Okay, there we go. Could you please just climb on the ledge, lady? There's still little like ledge detection issues here and there, but for the most part, I mean, it's been even a really mostly bug-free early access game, at least for the first 2 levels. I haven't checked out the other stuff yet. Why don't we go ahead and check that out? I actually have not seen this stuff, so we're gonna get to experience it together. But yeah, guys, I mean, Trine 3 is just an amazing game. If you haven't got it yet, go ahead and get it, because Trine, I guarantee you, is always going to be a fun game. It's going to be a great game. Even if you don't have friends who live with you, like, you can play co-op, you can find friends, you know, on multiplayer and play with them, guys. It just is a really well... No, we did not freeze. Ah, all right. All right, so we're going to go here. And we're going to check out the amusement park. I don't know what's in the amusement park, so this is going to be kind of an experience for both of us. What the hell, man? What? What is going on? It's like a strange wonderland here. Oh. This kind of, you know what this kind of reminds me of in a weird way? This reminds me of a little bit of like a Lego game. Okay. What the hell are you supposed to do here? Okay. There we go. Alright. Alright. Fantastic. Dude, you get back on your position. Get back on your position. I don't know what's going on here. Did something happen? No, because this douchebag keeps rolling away. What do you want me to do here, game? I'm not sure. This is kind of a giant, crazy-ass place. I don't want to get stuck on one particular puzzle for too long. Let's just run around here. I guess this is just kind of like a little fun mode for you to just screw around with and kind of mess around with the physics of the game, as it were, using different powers and such. It's really, you know, kind of strange looking. It's also kind of neat looking at the same time. What the hell? These are all like mini games, I guess? Elevator! Elevator? No elevator for me? Alright. I'm not sure what this is. This is all very strange looking, but you know what? It's a neat thing. It's there. Oh god, this is gonna fall apart. This place can hold on. Oh yeah, take it apart. Yeah. Take that, you Jenga blocks. I can't get out. There we go. Why did I do this? Because it is easier to destroy than it is to create. Alright, so I think that kind of covers. Oh, look at that! There's a button there. I didn't even have to do that myself. I think that kind of covers just the neat things that they're going to be able to do with the physics engine. I think that, or with this particular mode, that's what that's highlighting here, guys. But yeah, I mean, it's a really just well-designed, fun game, guys. If you haven't played Trine 1 or 2, I highly suggest you get those games. They're always really good on sale games. And if you like those games, Trine 3 is going to please. And I cannot wait to do my final review on this game when it is finally done, guys. So you got that challenge mode, you got that 2.5D element, those 3 heroes who will probably get more different kinds of powers, eventually more levels, more puzzles, guys. Those challenge maps, again, I can't get over just how awesome Trine is, guys. So I just want to say big thanks to the developer for a chance to check out this title. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share, and I'll keep bringing you awesome indie games, guys, like Trine. If you really enjoyed this video, maybe consider hitting up that tip jar if you're feeling generous of heart. All tips go to improving the channel or future giveaways. Till next time, guys, play more indie games.